Hey everyone, welcome to ArtStream. My name is Madison and I'm going to take you through our beautiful rainbow unicorn today. So what we're going to do is start off with our outline, and then we're going to do our background color, add our little horn in and add those nice rainbow hairs as well, and the final step is to add those big dramatic lashes in. So for those of you who are new to this, what we're going to be needing today is our 3 primary colors: blue, red and yellow, as well as black and white. Our 3 brushes, so big, medium and small. A rag in case anything gets dirty, and a water jar just to rinse off our paintbrushes. And of course, we need our canvas. So let's get started. So for our first step, what I'm going to be doing is using my smallest brush. And this is going to be for the outline of our unicorns. So I'm going to go for a purple background, so that's going to be the color my outline will be. So I'm just mixing blue with a little bit of red. And I'll grab us some more and just mixing that together. And I might put a little bit of white in it just so it's a bit lighter. And just scraping that excess paint off onto our rag. So our first part of our outline, we're making sure we've got some purple on our brush, and we're starting probably a third away from the bottom of the canvas. So here. And what we're going to do is make a curve for when the body is going to turn into a neck. So you're just doing a nice long curve. So it's kind of like an S shape, and it'll reach back up like this. And we'll stop about just over halfway, and then that's where our head's going to be. So for our head, we want a sideways curve. So like this, just across. And we'll bring that nose in as well. So we're just going to extend that and bring it back up and over like a head. So once we've brought that back over, all you're going to do is just do that kind of S shape we created before. And bring it all the way back down. So then we're going to just add in some ears. So all you're going to do for this is just 2 little triangles. So just one towards the back of the head and one behind the head. So now that we've done our outline, what we're going to do is just rinse off our brushes and wiping that excess water and paint off. And then I'm going to grab my biggest brush, and with that same purple we've done with our outline, just fill in that whole background doing nice vertical strokes. And also just make sure you're painting the sides of your canvas as well. So what you want to do next is maybe just refill your water so it's nice and clean when we get those light colors into our unicorn. So what we're going to do next is fill in the base of our unicorn. So I'm just going to use straight white for now. So I'm using my biggest brush again just to get that full coverage on my canvas. And dipping it straight into my white. And you're just going to fill all of this area in here. And another thing you can do as well, which I'm going to start putting into my unicorn, is just creating some light tones of pink. So I'm just mixing red with some white together. And you just want it to be really faint as well, so just like a baby pink color. And you wipe the excess onto your rag. And you can just put little traces of that through your unicorn. So after I've done that, I'm just going back in with straight white again and filling the remainder. And because it is a rainbow unicorn, you can put whatever colors you'd like throughout. Just make sure they're nice and faint. And I'm just going to wait a few minutes just to make sure my background is super dry so we can put that unicorn horn in for our next step. Our next step is going to be our magical unicorn horns. So for this step, I'm using my smallest brush I have, and I'm going to create a baby pink color again. So just making sure your brush is nice and clean, wiping it on that rag. Then I'm going to get white and red. A little bit of red, not too much, and put that together. So for the base of our horn, what we want to do is start off with, it kind of looks like a pebble. So you start off with bigger pebbles and you go smaller and smaller. So I'm going to do my biggest one just in front of where my ears are. So you just keep getting smaller with those pebbles until you reach a point at the end. So I've got a little dot at the end. And then next we're going to create a darker shade of pink. So we're just going to add a little bit more red to that color. A bit more. Mix that together. And what we're going to do is start to create that shape. So you're going to start on one side and create kind of an S going up, but you stop it halfway at the next pebble. And then you do the exact same step again. So you create that S shape and stop halfway at the next pebble. Create that S shape again and stop halfway. And then just do a little bit at the top in between those gaps. And then what you can do is add a little bit more red to that color. And put that underneath where we've done our S. So this is going to be quite a dark pink now. And we're just going to go over that S we've created. And then we've got our little magical unicorn horn. So next what we're going to do is with that same pink color, just to bring it throughout the painting, we're going to start our little bits of hair going down our unicorn. So you can use your small or your medium brush for this. I'm going to start with my small. And what you're going to do is just create some nice swells coming through. So you're just curving your brush like this. And you can use all different tones of reds and pinks throughout, just to create some variation in your painting. So you're just making some nice swirls. So you can even just go in with straight red as well and put some little bits of that throughout the mane of your unicorn. So now we're just going to let those pink and red tones dry for a few minutes before we go into our blues and our yellows over the top. For our next color, what we're going to be doing is still using our smallest brush, just making sure it's nice and clean again. So wiping the excess water onto my rag. And what we're going to do is go in with some yellow now. So I'm just using straight yellow, my smallest brush. And you're just gonna, the same we did with our pink, just put little streams of it throughout the mane of the unicorn. So you can put these wherever you'd like them to be. So our next color is going to be our baby blue. So again, just making sure your brush is nice and clean. And what we're going to do is just mix blue with a bit more white together. So just a little bit of blue and quite a bit of white. Just to get that nice baby blue color. And it's the exact same process we've done with our yellows and blues, so just some wavy bits throughout the mane of your unicorn. Once we are done with our mane, we are going to go in with our eyes and our nose. So for this, I'm just using my smallest brush and I'm gonna dip this in the black, just a little bit, not too much. And what you're going to do is create a dip. So I'm grabbing some more black. And for our nose, we're going to create another little curve, so it's like a backwards C. And then we're going to start putting in our lashes. So for our lashes, we're going to make sure our brush is a bit drier than we've been doing. So we're just dipping it in the black. And what you're going to do is just do little flicks going upwards. So make sure you don't fill all of your lashes in, because we are going to put those bright colors in our mane back into our lashes as well. After that, we are just going to wash our brush off again. And what we're going to do is grab that pink color that we've used throughout our mane. This is going to be the exact same process we did with our black lashes, so just those upwards flicks. Now that we've created the base of our lashes, we're just going to let that dry for a couple of minutes before we put our blue and yellow lashes over the top. Next, what we are going to do is put our blue color in. So it's the exact same color we've got with our mane. So just some white with a little bit of blue again. And make sure you don't have too much paint on your brush, so you might want to wipe some on your rag. And it's the exact same motion with those flicks. So you're just bringing nice curves throughout those lashes. And then what we are going to do next is add yellow for our final part of the lash. So again, just making sure your brush is nice and clean, dipping it in that yellow, not too much again. And that same flicking motion. For our very final step, what we are going to do is just add some little highlights into our unicorn horns. So again, I'm using my smallest brush and making sure it is nice and clean, and just dipping that into the white. And we're just going to do little specks, so just little dabs onto your horn. You can really put these wherever you'd like, just to add some shine. We're all done now, guys. Doesn't our rainbow unicorn look beautiful? Make sure you guys share this all over your social media, and I can't wait to see you again.